Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Excuse me. So if you watched my birthday gifts video that I posted a few days ago, the last video I posted, you'll know that the wonderful Kevin, who's just been such a lovely friend, sent these beautiful pencils amongst others. So I now know how to pronounce them. Thank you to everybody that got back to me and said how to say the name, and you pronounce it ARRTX, as I understand. ARRTX. Yeah, ARRTX, I'm going to say. I've probably got it wrong. But they come in this, this is Ruby Charms' Big Book of Colours, and I'll show you how I've swatched them. They come in this magnificently beautiful case, and of course I would love this because it reminds me very much of Alice in Wonderland. So it says they're saturated colours, soft core and artist quality, and I have to agree they work beautifully. I've been practising with them and playing. So they're 3.8mm soft cores. We'll do a comparison in a minute. Let me put them down instead of making you feel sick and juggling you about. So 3.8mm soft cores, highly saturated pigment, 72 colours, break resistant lead and easy to blend. They do blend really well. So I'm going to pick a pencil up that you're going to be able to see properly. This is burnt ochre. They come with this lovely like stars and dots design on them. They're high gloss, sharpened to a really nice point, and then you get the logo, and then on the other side the barcode and the colour name. There is also a code, but because my eyesight is too poor I can't pick that up. So if we compare them to, let me get the black Prisma. Here is a black Prisma. They are, well, I'd say roughly about the same size, slightly bigger maybe, by a hair's width. But, so, that's what they look like. If we come back to the amazing, beautiful box of colours, and I just show you this, there's a little trick that Kevin emailed me and told me about. So you lift the box up like this, and without giving you a face full of box, lift the lid off, and they come in these little sponge inserts. And people were complaining, Kevin said, because they flop about, which they do, like this, when you take out your colour choices. And obviously mine are ready to go for our colour along. But you see this side is pretty rigid, where I've put the greens in. I've only done it on one part, but I don't know if you can see in there. I've popped a bit of card in there, just between the greens and these reds. And then I will do that in between each of the colours to stop them flopping about, and then you're fixed and you've got a lovely beautiful container to keep your gorgeous colours in. And I don't want to throw the box away, so I will be inserting a little bit of card in between each of my pencil rows to stop that happening. So that was a really great tip, thank you Kevin. So in my Ruby Charms Big Book of Colours, I adore this book. As you can see, I use it all the time. It's pretty grubby now, but it's well loved. I've swatched it on this page, which is, I've swatched them, which is the watercolour pencil notes, but I've swatched them on there. These are the 72 colours. Now, they are very, very similar to, well, a lot of them are the same as Prismacolor names, which you might notice as we go along. So things like Palma Violet, Peacock Blue, Cerulean Blue, True Blue, Cloud Blue, and the colours are quite similar too. You've got the 20% in the greys, or the percentages in the greys rather. We've even got, where is it, Chartreuse, which is known in the Prismacolor family. So, but they are, I think, a really lovely set of colours for a 72 set. Really lovely. Lovely amount of blues, nice amount of greens, from earthy tones to bright vibrance. And yeah, I think they've done a really good job of giving us a nice array of colours. These pencils are currently selling on Amazon UK for £29, which is a steal for what they are capable of doing. So, without further ado, let's have a look. So, I was lucky enough to be sent this book by Christine and Michelle. Thank you so much. They sent it to me for my birthday. And so I've been practicing in the spare copy. I love having 2 copies of a book because I do fluff things up. And a lot of you have said, Lucy, please colour in this book. So this is The Fantastic World of the Brothers Grimm, illustrated by Forrest Diver. And I have chosen, I should have marked her, shouldn't I? Where is she? I have chosen this beautiful page of Sleeping Beauty. It was requested, Kevin actually requested that could I do this page if I was going to colour in this book. So so here she is, and she really is a beautiful illustration. This book is absolutely stunning if you haven't seen it. I love this one too. Snow White, isn't she beautiful? And they're just illustrations that are just lovely. They're all from well-known fairy tales, and if you don't know the fairy tales, there is a guide at the back to help you, and it tells you which fairy tale those scenes belong to, so that's really helpful. Just trying to find our page. Here's our page under Sleeping Beauty. So that's what we're going to be doing, my lovely friends. So, I have got some pencils sorted out. Let me clear my desk up from all my junk and ramblings, and we'll get straight into the colour with me. Alright folks, see you in a second. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm as organised as Lucy is ever going to be. We're going to start on her skin. And I've got a really simple combination of tones from these beautiful pencils, and I've done a little swatch card here, and I will put them at the side here so you can see the colours that I'm going to use. We'll come in a little closer. So the first colour I'm going to use is the light peach, and it's a beautiful skin tone colour. So I'm just lightly, because this is Amazon paper, I'm just going to put my inking mat behind, just so I don't indent the page behind. So while I'm colouring, I'm putting a layer of this beautiful light peach, which you can see, I hope you can, without too much shadow. Let me do that, is that better? You get instant colour payoff. They are really lovely, and they're really creamy. They're, I don't know, they are soft, not Prisma soft, but not far off it, folks. And for £29, I've had more expensive pencils than these that don't work as well. So this is our new colour system. I hope you are enjoying that. It stops me having to try and focus on the pencils. I do apologise that I haven't got the code written down. My eyesight is not good enough to see it. They are on the back of the box. Yeah, so while I'm putting a base coat down on her skin, let's, if you don't mind, talk about, just go around her nose. Let's talk about the house. So I said in the last couple of videos that we were looking to move, and that we could do, because we're in a housing association house, we could do a swap. So we're in a 3-bedroom home, and which is really large, and it's got a huge garden. But obviously my children have grown up and moved out, and we don't need all that space. And to be honest, we're finding it hard maintaining it all. And so we looked into doing this home swap that you can do if you're in a council house or a housing association house. And we were contacted by this lady. which was quite ironic. I don't know if I've told you this tale, but the night before, me and my husband were looking at what houses were available. And I said to my husband, that's the kind of home that I would want to move to if we were moving. And this little 2-bedroom detached house, all neat and tidy, beautifully done, and just everything I wanted. Well, when I woke up in the morning, the following morning, the lady of this home had messaged me and said, would you be interested in coming and having a look at my house? So that's the tale, that's where it started. And so we did go and have a look at this house, and oh my goodness, people, it's about 2 roads back from where I am now, currently living, and our back garden faces the woods, and it's really beautiful. We get deers in the garden and things like that. And her house is down the lane behind us, about 2 streets back, and the wood is next to her garden, so instead of it being at the bottom, she's sort of further down and more into the woods. So I couldn't get my cabin, but I can certainly have the house by the woods. Sorry, trying to talk in colour. So we went to have a look at it. When was it? I think a couple of weeks ago now. We went to have a look at it, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So then came her coming to look at our home, and I was so embarrassed. Downstairs is beautiful. Our kitchen's been redone, our bathroom's been redone, we've got a big conservatory, and downstairs is lovely, but upstairs we needed to decorate, and I can't do it. My husband works a really physical job, comes home and he's exhausted, so I was really embarrassed. You know, I spent 2 days cleaning, and with my fibromyalgia, cleaning and tidying and sorting, I could barely walk the next day. But they came to see our house nonetheless, and I'm just trying to work out what's dress and what's hand. And that she fell in love with it. So we are moving. And it's so exciting. So we've put the forms into our local council to do the exchange. And they legally have 42 days to... I think that's dress, isn't it? I'm just thinking, where does the hand go? Let's just be behind there. They have 42 days from when we put the application in, which was Friday, to basically make a decision. So they have to come and have a look at the house and make sure that there's no... we haven't wrecked it or anything. There's, you know, we haven't knocked walls down and done anything we shouldn't do. And then they'll say yes or no, draw a new tenancy up, and then we'll move in. So it won't be long. It should be in for the summer holidays, folks. So instead of Mr. Barker next door, the dog that goes off on one all the time, what you should be able to hear is wood pigeons, little birds, you know, and all the things you would expect from a wood. Oh, it's going to be so exciting, people. Okay, so we're moving on to burnt ochre now. So now I've got a nice base of the light peach. I'm going to put the burnt ochre in all the places, excuse me, in all the places that I want a little bit of shadow. So I'm going in really lightly with burnt ochre. And this, used lightly, will give us a nice undertone to her skin when we put that light peach back over it. So I was noticing with these pencils that when I did the swatch, that a lot of the colour names, more or less all of them, are the same as the Prismas. So that's exciting. You don't have to learn a whole new set of pencils. And I wondered if there is any sort of affiliation with Prisma. I don't know what's going on, because I'm just wondering how they're allowed to get away with that. If anybody knows out there, can you let me know if they do have, just going around her nose, if that is the case. I might have gone in a bit heavy-handed there. Blend that out. Just so shadow under her nose, bit under her lip, and she's going to go through that ugly stage for a bit, so just bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to take my light peach back, so back in with the light peach and go over that. And then you can see, you'll be able to see how they blend together. Yeah, so I just thought it was a bit unusual that they've used another pencil set's colour names. So I didn't know if they had sort of any, and being as how soft they are, if they were sort of associated with Prisma or not. I know I'm waffling now. I'm sorry, it's because I'm trying to colour and... See, that's what I'm talking about. If you've picked up the dog barking next door, we won't have any more of that. So the street we're moving to is a little detached house, like I say, next to the woods. And you guys, if you followed me, you know that my dream would have been a cabin in the woods, hiding away. And there's only, obviously because we're detached, there's only one neighbour because we're by the woods. And they get on really well with their neighbour. When we went round to look, the husband was helping their neighbour fix his car, you know, and it was all really nice. Okay, blend that in a bit better. So I've been asked loads of times recently, could I please do a tour of my art room? And so you're going to have to be patient with me, folks. Obviously the tour of the art room will be coming, but it will be when I have my new room. Okay, so we're going to use blush pink. So blush pink, and we're going to start to put that. We need to give her more of a warmer tone than she's got, more of a pinky tone than she's got. And this will do that. So they're layering up nicely, and this is Amazon print paper. In case I didn't mention that, I don't think I did. But they're layering up beautifully. So she gets a little bit of, we'll put a little bit on those lips. There, just to give her a bit of warmth. What do you think to that tone, people? We're going to bring that down now, so we're going to blend that in. So I'm so excited, in case you couldn't tell. So we've been sorting the house. We've got to get, because we're going from this 3-bedroom big house to a smaller house, we've got to get rid of so much stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to throw in the white and just, let's see how that works. Just bring out that. That seems to work okay. It's not Prisma white, folks, but look at that, it's working. What do you think? Yeah, so we've got to get a skip in, we've been selling stuff, we've got to get rid of so much stuff. And obviously we've got to pay for we've got to pay for a skip, we've got to pay for removals. Oh, yeah, but I'm so excited. Right, back to the burnt ochre, and we're going to pick out the shadows. So she's going to have a little bit of shadows in here where her collarbone is. Down the side of her neck there. Okay, so don't go over overboard with this burnt ochre. And the beautiful thing about these is if you've got Prismas but you haven't got these, you'd be able to use the same colours because they are so much alike. I'm going to come down here. Because she's got a bit of shadow under her neck. Let's bring that down gently. There we go. Then we're going to go back in with our light peach. Let's smush that in. Did I say where they were? It says soft core. Does it say where they're... Just says soft core. So I don't know whether they're wax or oil, to be honest. They feel waxy. They feel waxy. They blend like a wax pencil, but I could be wrong. Let's push that in. And also the Prismas work, I've been using the, when I was practicing, I used the white, this is the white, I used the white Prisma, and they work beautifully together. So I'm just putting that white in, just to knock back some of that colour. It actually works alright, doesn't it? Look. Okay, then we'll go back in with our light peach. Then we're going to put a bit of pink on it. Just over those, a bit of blush pink. So the blush pink just over that burnt ochre. And then back in with our peach again. There we go. Just smooth that out. Now you can use a blender. I've got the, this is the Caran d'Ache, what do they call it? Full blender pencil. And because it's Amazon print paper, sometimes even Prismas need a helping hand. But they're doing really well on their own, but I'm just showing you that if you like your blenders, they work. They respond really well. Look at that, smoothing that out completely. Can you see all that? There we go. They respond immediately to a light touch on the blender. There. And they're not too waxy, are they? Look, they're not, there is a sheen, look, you're picking up on that there, but they're not too waxy. I really like them. So, on our hands, we'll just do our hands quickly, and then I will finish her chest off camera. So I'm taking the burnt ochre, oh, I apologise, burnt ochre, let me move it down. There we go. And I'm going to put it where I think would be darkest. Just my opinion, don't shout at me if I've got it wrong. Just where I think it will look, where it might have been darker, a little bit round where her dress falls. In between her fingers. Under here. So I am just using the lightest of touch. We can blend and press down later when we're happy with the tone that we've got. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with the blush pink and go over that burnt ochre, because it changes that tone, gives us a peachier tone. There is a peach colour, but that's just too simple, folks. which we'll use peach later and I'll show you. It's a really pretty colour. Okay, then we'll go back in with our light peach and we'll... So they say on the pack that they blend well. They do. I hope you can see that. Look at that colour that that's making. Yeah, I've had some more expensive pencils that don't work as well as these. Good find, Kevin. Good find. Sometimes you come across these cheaper pencils that just work so beautifully. I think the last set, well obviously the square brute funas, they're good. But when I first started colouring, I brought the Crayart pencils and I did a swatch of them, I think, on my channel. And they are beautiful pencils. I really like them. Sorry, peach. And then I've just used the white to blend that in. I've gone over a dress there. Sorry, that's my AFMAT eraser. Little electric eraser. It's a wonderful item, folks. It's a colourist's lifesaver. There we go. So that's our hands. So I think that's the only bits of skin we've got. Let me come out slightly. So we've got shoulders, which I haven't put anything on. So I'll put a little bit of light peach on there now. Bit of shoulder there. There we go, and the rest is in clothing. So I'm going to, in the same fashion that I've done her hair and skin, what am I talking about? Face and hands. I'm going to finish her chest off camera and then I'll meet back up when she's done and we'll look to do, I don't know, I haven't decided whether to do the, oh it'll be hair first so that we, yeah, whatever, I'm waffling to myself. I'll see you in a second. Okay my lovelies, I've finished her skin for now. We will come back and, where's my little card? We will put some more pink on her cheeks just to brighten them up a little bit, but after I've done the rest. So we're going to look at her hair. And she's got this beautiful flowing locks. So we're going to keep it simple. Get rid of the eraser marks. We're going to keep it simple, but it's quite effective. So she's going to have like a golden look to her hair. So, and there are lots of combinations you could use with these pencils obviously, but because she's a fairy tale, I thought we'd go with some golden locks. Alright, so we're going to go in with light umber. And we're going to do, I'm going to ignore the lines in her hair. And I'm going to do it this way, because when I practiced, it just looked better. You can still see the lines, so I'm just pressing lightly. And then I'm going to go back over, deepen up the corners. There we go. Then we're going to come in with beige. This will help us to blend. Then we're going to go over that beige with the cream, which is actually really quite bright colour. So we're going over that with beige. There we go. And then we're going to take cream for our outside bit. So we get, suddenly becomes a golden illusion. Then we'll go back in with our umber, our light umber rather. They are quite soft pencils, so you do have to keep sort of turning them to keep a point. Which is a good thing, it's not a bad thing. Back over with our beige. There we go. And then back in with yellow. And anywhere that I'm not happy with, like I'm not happy with that bit of blend there, just going to go back in with the light umber and just really lightly just enhance that beige a little bit. There. Gorgeous. So that's how we're going to do our hair. Let's do another bit together. So let's do this long flowing bit here. So at the root of her hair I'm going to do it darker. Can you see everything I'm doing? Let me move you over. There we go. So we can worry about coming out doing that bit in a minute. We've got this bit to do. This bit I'm doing here because that's underneath her, the rest of her hair, so I'm going to do that darker. There. Bring that down. And then we are going to have the... just doing it really lightly, and then we can go back in and deepen up in a minute like you saw. So I'm going to have the light umber around her face. Bring that out. Just really lightly bringing that light umber out so we can go over with beige, and then we'll deepen up when we're happy where the colour is. Deepen up where we want it darker. Around here. I have this thing about how pencils sound as well on paper. I don't know if you guys who are also colouring crazy like me, I just like the sound of certain pencils on paper, and these do it. If I shut up a minute, I don't know if you'll pick it up above the birds outside, but can you hear that? They just sound lovely. Okay. Right, let's get that beige. So we can go over where we left that light part of our, where we blended out the light umber. We'll go over that and bring out the beige. There we go. And then we'll come in with our cream for our bright outside bit. We can go over the whole thing. That will help to blend it and really lifts that colour. Okay, then we'll work backwards. We'll go back to our beige. There we go. And then deepen up our dark umber. Okay. And then we've got the same to do around her face. So we've got beige. And then we'll take the cream. And then we can just run that cream all over, smooth all that out. And just keep swapping between the cream and the beige until I'm happy with how it's blended. There's a little bit of dark umber there, so I'm just like a sort of blocky edge. So I'm just going to go back in over that. There we go. And I think she looks like a cartoon golden haired fairy princess. Look at that. What do you think, folks? Now we've got quite a lot to do on this page, so should we do another one? Should we do this part of her fringe here? Let's do this part. So I'm going to do this part dark. Don't shout at me again if I've got it wrong. I just look at a picture and I think, oh, that'll look nice. I'm not good with light and shadow. I just, you know, I do what I think that will look nice. And she's a cartoon, so it doesn't matter too much. if we were going for realism, I'd colour in the posh colouring book. You know, the Disney one, Thomas Kincaid ones, or the Marjorie, what's her name? What's her name? This one. This is the one I mean. This is the one I'm talking about, because otherwise somebody will say, that one, Bastin, posh colouring. But yeah, if we were going for realism, that's the kind of books I would be working in. But we're going for beautiful new pencils and a lot of fun. There we go, and then we can just deepen up any troublesome areas. Back in with the beige, so we're just going back through all those colours. There we go. What do you think? Let's give her a bit of a brush off. What do you think, folks? So I'm taking each section of hair and I'm going to do it in that same manner. So it's underneath here, that will be dark, and then I'm going to leave the edge bit with the yellow colour on it. And that's it. Simples. Alright, my lovely friends, I'm going to go and finish the hair, so then we're going to come and have a look at those gorgeous leaves. See you in a second. Okay guys, I'm back and I've done her hair. Her hair's finished. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. So the next little project we're going to look at is the leaves, and I'm going to split these into two categories. So we've got these leaves with the smooth edges. We're going to do it in one style. And then we've got the like rose leaves down here. We're going to do those in another style. So I've just got two colours. We're going to keep it nice and simple, but they blend so effectively that you don't really need much more than that. So I'm taking olive green, and at the base of the leaf, so let's do this one. At the base of the leaf I'm doing it darker. I'm just using little circles, and I'm going to darken that up at the bottom and then bring it out really lightly so that we can fade in the line peel. And then they blend so beautifully together, look at that. So there's no need for a lot of fuss and a lot of different colours. There we go. There we go, look at that. Very pretty. I think that light might be too direct. Sorry about the wobble, I'm just moving the light a little bit. There we go. Okay, so olive green at the base. Bring it up lightly. Deepen up that base. And then just go over with the bit where you faded out with the lime peel. And bring it up. And that is it for our leaves. Beautiful and simple. So that's that set. Then I've got two colours. Bear with me, I haven't done my little swatch. We'll do it together. So I'm taking my circle stencil. I'm going to give me the two colours. I do apologise, sorry. I thought I was organised and ready to go, but I will obviously not. So that one is dark green. So we're going to use dark green, and we're going to use this gorgeous colour which attracted me straight away when I saw it, which is turquoise grey. It's a really beautiful colour. There we go. So I'm going to have to use, there we go, oh no, so I can't spell, turquoise grey. I've put those around the wrong way. Yeah. Never mind. You know what I mean, folks. Right, let's find a rose leaf. So, oh, one sec. Sorry, do apologise, it was the postman. So, these are our two colours. And we're going to pick, I don't know. I don't want to do round a dress for a minute because I haven't decided what colour we're going to do. Let's do these ones, perfect. So we're going to do the same sort of thing. We're going to do the dark green at the bottom here and bring it up a little bit further. And we're going to make sure we've got a nice soft, sorry, out of breath, I was running up and down the stairs. Nice soft edge to blend that beautiful grey into. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to use the turquoise grey, which I've spelt incorrectly. And we're going to blend that in. There we go. I'm just going to go back in with my dark green and just go over that little patch. There we go. So we'll do another one together quickly. We'll do this one. Let's do this one. So I'm going to make this side darker. Can you see? Yep. Yep. So there we go. Bring that up. Make sure I've got a nice soft edge. Just do that by lessening the pressure. And then we use the beautiful turquoise grey. Now I think we've only got 2 styles of leaves on this picture. So we're going to do all the ones with the rough edges in that combination, so the dark green and the turquoise grey, and then all the smooth finished leaves, smoothed edge leaves, we're going to do in olive green and lime peel. So let's come out and have a look. There we go. I will try to be organised so you don't have to watch me doing my little swatch so that you can see what colours we've got. So I'll go off and do all the leaves, and I might leave these out until I've decided what colour I want her dress, because I was thinking pale pink, and we really don't want to do dark green and then do the pale pink because we might drag the colour in. So I will see. So when I've done all the leaves, I will be back and we'll meet up again to do the next part. See you in a second. Okay folks, I've done as much of the leaves as I can do, and I was merrily colouring away and did this bit, and then realised I wanted to leave any leaves around her dress so that I don't drag dark colours into the colours that I've chosen, if that makes sense. So my plan is that this bit of her bodice is going to be dark pink, the bit around her shoulders is going to be sort of white, and as is the skirt here, and then these are going to be a paler soft pink on her sleeves. That's the plan at the moment. She might change her mind. So I've written down my colours, however I have a pencil that has absolutely nothing on it, which is really bizarre, and I've got a feeling that it is like Crimson Lake or I don't know. It's the darkest of all the pink colours. I think that might be the code, I'm not sure. So I apologise, but it's the darkest of all the pink colours that there are before it goes into reds. So I want to make her bodice this colour. And then we can, I'm going to sparkle her up, she's going to be jazzy. So I'm going to start by putting this darker colour in. I'm going to do it lightly. And I'm going to give it some shadow around her dress. And then we'll go back in and put that depth in that we might need, a little bit around her hair. And a little bit under here. Just lightly. Like that. Then I'm going to take the pink, which is just the normal pink. That one. And we're just going to go over that. Don't press hard because I'm not pressing hard because I'm just putting the colours down. So this bit's going to be really bright compared to the rest. And then I'm going in with blush pink into the centre, which is a sort of peachy colour. A bit more peach. Okay, let's go back in and deepen that all up now. So back in with our anonymous darkest pink. and let's put that down. Let's get that colour in there. Just going to put a little bit under there. Just a little bit. Excuse me if you can hear my washing machine going. I haven't shut my bedroom door because I'm at home on my own. On my office door. I'm at home on my own and didn't really think about it. Just came back up after putting the washing on and thought, well, let's carry on. So back in with the pink. And put that in. Push that beautiful crimson colour, whatever colour it is, in. I did look on Amazon to see if I could find the colour, but it's just got the codes. So I'll have to see if I can find out what colour that is. And then we're going to use our blush pink and just fill that in. There we go. And we'll just smush all those together. As you know by now, that is the technical term for blending. We'll go back in with the bit of pink. There we go. Might put a little bit more of the bright pink in here. Play around with that. There we go, a bit more there. I just really want that bodice to stand out. So we're going to do the same here. We're going to put a little bit under our arm, which is why I haven't done the leaves, because I don't want to drag the paler pink that we're going to use. I don't want to drag dark green into it when I've done. We're going to do at the bottom here and bring that up like that. Okay, then we're going to take the, where are we? Pink, just making sure I've got the right colours. Pink, going to go over that, bring that up. Just going to leave a little bit for the centre for that blush pink. And we can deepen it all up in a minute. So I really want the bodice to be bright and stand out. Now we're using blush pink. And then we'll have much more subtle colours for the sleeves and the skirt. That was the plan. Now I've chosen to do her dress pink because, there's a little tip for you, when you use blue in these pencils, and it's not only these pencils, Black Widows and other pencils do it too, when you put white gel pen over the top, it turns the white gel pen pink for some reason. So this is why I've gone for pink, because it would seem that the gel pen stays white, she says, we hope. But yeah, it was really interesting that just going back through the colours. So I'm using pink again now. Pink. Yeah, it was interesting. I'll show you in a second on the page where I was practicing with. And it didn't matter what I used, even an acrylic paint pen, the blue colour went pink when I put acrylic paint, stickles. It was, yeah, it's quite odd. So we're having a pink dress because I want her to be sparkly. Pink again. There we go. And then our blush pink. Okay, so we're going to deepen up that Anonymous. We're going to deepen that up again, just to make sure it's nice and bright. There we go. Just do round that leaf. And then back in with pink. So I'm just playing until I get that, till I'm happy with how it looks. There we go. Bit more dark in there. So she's got a shock of pink on her dress. Okay, we're going to do the same this side and in there. Now, somewhere in there, that runs down there, doesn't it? So let me get a pencil. So this has got to, so I kind of follow it down. I'm going to make that right there, her shawl, or the shoulder bits. And then the rest of this, we're going to make a nice dark colour. Go. I'm going to do the same, just checking you can see everything. Do the same this side, and then I can do my leaves. We're going to bring up that beautiful rich colour. Do that around the bottom here. I'm going to do a little bit of round where her hand and arm comes. Okay. Then we're going to go in with a pink. If I can make sure I've got the right colour. I always pick up the wrong one. Pink. There we go. Let's leave in there. That's a tiny bit of pink. We're smushing. Or blending. There we go. And then we can play with those colours until we get it about right. So I'm going to bring in the pink just to make sure each side of these match. There we go. I'm going to come in here a little bit. Like that, and then in with our blush pink. There we go. Just so those tones kind of match. I'm going to darken this up this side. Just a little bit. There we go. So is that just behind her, or is that part of... That must just be behind her. Okay, is it? Or is that bodice? It's got to be bodice, hasn't it? Surely. She's not that thin, that side. Bodice. Oh, nearly had a disaster. Nearly had a green bodice then. I say, because I'm going in with the dark pink. Because it's behind her hair. And we just chuck a little bit of pink in. Yeah, picked up the right colour this time. There we go. I think that's got to be about right, hasn't it? And then her... Well, it is now, folks. It is now. So we're going to do away with that dark pink. So we're not going to use that one this time. That's gone. Now we're going to bring in the peach so that we get a much softer, subtler tone. So we're going to use pink. Let's do her arm here. Let's do this side. So we're going to put the pink in. See this one? We're going to bring that down here, this side. It might not work. I might end up doing the whole thing pink. But we'll see. Let that come out. Gonna have to carefully do around my leaves because I was merrily colouring away and then realised what I'd done. And I'd said to you in the video before, I won't do it because I don't want to drag colours in. Never mind, people, never mind. So I do apologise for the delay in this video. Wasn't very well yesterday. Had a lot of pain and really bad head, and yeah, I won't go into too much detail. So this is now blush pink. Yeah, had a lot of pain, bad head, and also at the weekend we were obviously clearing out. We've got 22 years we've lived in this house, so we've got 22 years of family belongings and junk basically that we have to sort through and get rid of. So that's what we were doing at the weekend. So it kind of delayed being ill, and then, well, I say ill, just a really bad headache and like pain, you know, and yeah, so that kind of put me back a bit. Okay, now we're going to use the peach. So I'm going over all that. I'm going to bring that peach out a little bit. There we go. And then I'm taking my Prisma White for this. So I'm using Prisma White, and I'm going to see if I can pull that colour out. Or if not, I will then go back over with that light peach. I'm just going over the whole thing. There we go. Tone it all down, but still keep it pink. There we go. And then I want the peach again, and we're just going to go over that really lightly. Just so it fades into really pale. There we go. Right, now we can play and get it right. So back in with pink. And of course someone's going to start banging about outside. Sorry folks, if you can hear that, I do apologise. So we're going back through. The neighbours have kind of become not happy about the fact that we're moving, but hey ho. And then peach. What can you do, folks? What can you do? There. I hope that doesn't look like she's got sunburn now. Just going. Where did I see that? Here. Fill that patch in. I don't know if I like that, to be honest, folks. She might have to have pink sleeves. Yeah, I think, right, so I'm going in with our Anonymous. I don't like, it looks like I've tried to do skin and it's sunburnt, so I'm not happy with that. So we're going to put our dark colour in. The same as we did her bodice, and we'll have dark sleeves, and then I can do this part and that part. I wanted to do it like sort of silvery white, but it's okay. No harm done. So we'll just really brighten that part up, like the rest of her dress. That makes that leaf stand out better as well, doesn't it? Okay, then our pink. Can you see that? Yeah, pink. Smush those in together. Then our blush pink. Just try to blend that in together. And then our peach. There we go. No more sunburn. Just put a little bit around here. And I'll pull that together in a minute. Okay, pink. Pink. Go over all that. Luckily it hasn't pulled the green in to the pink. There we go. And then we've got blush pink. So blush pink. There we are. And peach. Okay. I'm just going to go over with that peach and sort of push those colours in. There we go. Let's give that a brush. So she is going to have sparkles on her. I am going to use some folk art glittery paint. On her, some acrylic glittery paint. It's not what I intended, but we can make this bit soft. Now if I'd have known I was doing her all pink, I wouldn't have used the bright at all. I'd have just used the soft colours, but never mind. These things are sent to try us, folks, and try us they do. Okay, and peach. I could always knock that brightness back with a bit of peach if we think I've done too much, or even put some white on there. The peach will stop it looking too milky. There we go. Alright. Do I like that? I don't. There's not much I can do about it now. She is pink, but yeah. Anyway, I think I need to stop playing with that and wait for the entire finished thing. I'm going to use my, if I can find it, the Caran d'Ache blender. No. Yes. I'm going to use the blending stick by Caran d'Ache and just go over that. See if I can smooth that out a little bit better. There we go. Now, I was looking on Amazon at them, and it does say they're oil based. So, there you go. Although they feel very waxy to me. They feel soft waxy, you know. But it says they're oil based pencils on Amazon. There we go. I really like them. There we go. Alright, that'll be okay. Yeah, that'll be okay. When this bit of sleeve is done, and the other side's done, that'll be okay. So we're going to do this bit of sleeve. Now I'm going to bring that, so I don't know where her skirt would start on her dress. So we're going to just do round the leaf at the minute, and then we'll decide it in a bit. So I'm coming in with, apologies, Anonymous, or our darkest pink in here. There we go. Around that thorn. Then in with pink. We'll do a proper blend in a minute, and then blush pink. And then a tiny little bit of peach here. Alright, we're going to go back in with our darkest colour and help that along a little bit, just by going back in really softly. And then taking our peach, I'm going to go over all of that. There we go. And pink. There we are. Then blush pink. And pick up the right one. Yeah. A fair amount of layers on that one. Okay, and then I'm just going to use the blender to smooth that out. And we have to remember this is Amazon paper, so it doesn't like too much messing. Yeah, just blend it out. There we are. So I'm going to do the other side exactly the same as we've just done it. And then we'll come back and have a look together. So I'm not sure now, it's blown my theory on what I was going to do, but I still think it'd be okay if we do this kind of silvery grey in here. Okay, I'll go off and finish this side of her dress exactly the same in reverse, and we'll meet back up in a second. Okay guys, I've done her dress, and around the bottom here there is no dress to speak of, so I just used the pink and a little bit of the peach to sort of bring it out. So I used, let me get my card for you just so that you're not, so I used a little bit of the pink. We'll come in, and I'm going to try and show you. I've got so much clutter on my desk now. I don't think that light's helping, picking up all the like wax. There we go. Let's move that. So I just used the pink and picked out those spots like this, and then just sort of faded it out with a little bit of peach. Like that. And then just let the peach come out a little bit. It's really difficult, but there we go. Like that. So that's all I did. So this is how she looks. We're going to use, I know the video is very long, and I apologise for that, but it's now not worth me making a part 2 because it just won't be long enough. So I'm going to bring in my gorgeous Hoo Pastel Shades pens, but if you don't have those, don't worry about it, you will still be able to follow along with your pencils. So because I've done a pink dress instead of the blue dress I was going to do, I'm going to give her purple flowers because they don't look like roses, so I think I'll get away with that. So in the Ohuhu markers, I've come in again. Very organised today, folks, am I? It's this house move. That's all I can think about. I'm so excited to have my new office, and yes, I will still have a new office, to have my new office and do you a little tour of it when I get there, and oh, I'm so excited. So I'm using Rainflower Purple from the Ohuhu set. I don't know quite what I'm going to do in the centre yet, but I'll work that out. We'll get there. Okay, so it's Rainflower Purple. While I'm waiting, I'll colour another one in, because just let it dry before I do any pencil work over the top. Yeah, so my new office is about 3 times the size of the one I've got now. And I'm so excited about it. Honestly, I can't wait, folks. It makes me feel like, because this house is so perfect and it's all clean and beautifully decorated, we can just move in. It makes me feel like I don't want to take any of my office furniture that's battered and bruised. But you know, needs must, doesn't it, folks? Needs must. So there, Rainflower Purple. But yeah, so I've ordered some boxes to use to start packing from a proper packing firm, because actually they were cheaper than buying them on Amazon. So we're now going to go in with a little bit of Palma Violet, which is our darkest of the colours. And I'm just going to put that at the base. I'm not coming up too far with it, because I want the tip of the flower to be white. So I'm just going to put it in the base. Yes, I've ordered some packing boxes, and of course I couldn't move and get rid of my office. I have to have my little sanctuary or I'd go mad. But my little sanctuary won't be so little anymore, so I'm so excited about that. Then we're going to move into Lilac. I'm going to put a little bit of lilac in there, just lightly. And then we're going to put white at the tip of the flower. And like I said, I don't know what I'm putting in the centre yet. Maybe an ochre. And then white, which white works beautifully over the top of the alcohol markers. And we're just going to pull that all in. Just a beautiful, delicate flower, because she's got such vibrancy now on her dress. There we go. And then I'm going to use the same greens that we had. Let me find those for around the base of this little rose. So I'm going to use olive green. Just a touch of olive. Oh, that's my fault. It's crumbled. It's my fault. I pressed too hard. It's because I'm panicking because the video's long, but I shouldn't, because I know you all say you enjoy long videos. So, and then our lime peel. So these two. There we go. Right, we'll decide on the centre of the flower in a minute. So we'll just do we'll do this big flower together. So I'm going to use Palma Violet, if I pick up the right one. Palma Violet for our shadowing. A little bit down here. Yes, I can take all my books, all my supplies, and what's even better is I can have more space to fill my office up with more supplies and more books. Be amazing. Yeah. Okay, so that was Palma Violet. Now we're going to use Lilac. Just lightly put the lilac in. And then we're going to use a little bit of white. So this is going to be a marathon colour with me. I hope you stick with it and enjoy it. There we go. There. And I'll decide on the vines shortly. So I'm going to go off as usual. I'm going to do all the flowers so that you're not sitting here forever and a day. I'm going to do all the flowers and then we're going to come back and decide on the rest. See you in a sec. Okay folks, so I've finished the few flowers and I've planned everything. So are you ready for a mammoth colouring finale? Let's go for it, shall we? So let's finish off her dress and let's finish off the picture basically. So let's do her dress. Let me fold that over for you so that we can focus just on her dress. Dress and her crown. I'll put that there. Okay, let's come in. Let's do the crown, shall we? So these are the colours that I've got. And I've got the cool grey in the Ohuhu marker. Love these markers. I'd love a big set of them. They're so lovely to work with. And we're going to put... I'm going to use the fine tip because I'm not an established marker person. So we are going to put this cool grey on the crown. And I'm going to make it look, hopefully, like a crystal crown. Like a white crystal crown. I have got a sheet of, it's a blending mat I've got under my page to stop any bleed through. They are single-sided, so as long as I protect the page underneath, it's okay. Look how beautifully pale that dries. Then we're going to do a tiny bit of shading over that. When it's dry. There we go. And then we're going to do the same on this part of her dress. I know someone's going to say to me, you should use the other side. The big, what's the word? I can't think. The broad side of it, but I'm frightened I will go out of the lines. And also, Amazon paper, alcohol markers sort of tend to spread. So we're just gonna, I am sorry about the length of this video, I really hope that you don't mind. So, what was I going to say? Oh, the lovely Julie, in my birthday presents, sent me the two Tim Jeffs books. And she's asked if I will colour the little bunny that's in the baby animals book. So I'll probably do that next. And then I had, wait for it, an amazing gift from one of our wonderful artists for my birthday, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing when it arrived, with the note to say who it was from. So I will do a video on that, and it'll be a colour along with that. Wonder if you can guess who it is. Put your comments in and let me see if any of you get it right. It's something someone that I've raved about recently, and we've coloured with as well. So we've done colour with me. Okay, let's just get that done. So see if you can guess. Put your comments in and if anybody guesses it right, I'll let you know. But if not, you're just going to have to wait and see. I've missed a leaf there. Alright, we're going to let that dry. Now, for all the vines, we are going to use here these colours. So I'm going to take the Ohuhu marker in the, oh, that light is blinding me, I'm melting, in shell white from the Ohuhu marker. So we're going to do, I don't want that side, we're going to do a coating of shell white. Can you see? No, you couldn't, I apologise. So all the vines, not the flower stems, not those, but all the vines in the Ohuhu marker. I think I'll just pick one of the green colours that we use to do the actual like stems of the flowers. Okay, so we're going to do all the vines in that shell white. So now our crown should be dry. Let's go back to that. So here's our crown. No, here's our crown. Here. Let's get her in focus. And I'm going to take the 20% cool grey pencil. And we're going to put some shading in, but not a lot. So I'm just going to put round her head. I just want a bit of shadow on there. Just a bit of soft shading. And we're going to put diamond stickles over that. And what you get is like a crystal effect. So it will be cool when we've gone in white over things. Prismacolor white, and we're going to just bring that down. There we go. That's it. Brush, anybody? And then I'm going to take my jelly roll. It's a thick jelly roll 1, it's my favourite one, and we are going to outline, we're going to take out that black. Put white there, and we'll do round her hairline too, like this, so we get rid of any black lines. Okay, I'm just gonna tilt her a little bit, and we're gonna do around her hairline. So we're taking away anything black lines from this crown. Like that. Okay, I won't carry it on because I'm rushing it, and I'll finish it off camera. So we're going to go back to our vines now they're dry, and these ones, hang on, let me colour this one because I need to show you this one. It's going to be slightly different. God, that is right, isn't it? Yes. Oh, look very dark, shell white. And then we're going to do the, I can't think what this is called. It's off the spinning wheel, isn't it? That she pricks her finger on. The spindle? I don't know what it's called. Okay, right. So we can colour this one, let that dry. So we are now going to take just the sienna brown for this one. Just the sienna brown. And we are, for this these ones that don't have like the wood grain inside, and I'm just going to come on the inside, and I'm really lightly, I'm just going to put some shadow in it. Just really lightly. Just like this, all the way round. Pick out those thorns in the sienna. Like that. I'm trying to not to rush too much. It's difficult when I know how long this video is. Okay, then we're going to take a little bit of, yeah, where is it? Goldenrod. Nope. A little bit of, beige. A bit of beige, just to smush that in. There we go. And it just gives it a little bit more interest instead of it being flat alcohol marker colouring. There we go. So that's that one. Then we're going back to these colours. Now, on this one we're going to do the darker colours. So we're going to take sepia, there, sepia, and we're going to do the thorns in this colour. And we're going to do the edge darker. Again, just gently around the edge. Do the thorns. I will go back over that and re-deepen that up, but I'm just showing you what colours I use and how I'm doing it. Okay. So that one, and then we're going to use goldenrod for this one. So goldenrod, and we're going to push those colours in together. There we go. We just get a little bit of difference in those vines. And we'll just deepen up this one a bit further. A bit more colour. Just like that. Alright. There we go. Okay, now the little pods at the bottom of the roses, these are going to be done in sepia. Did I choose that? Yes. We're doing a bit of sepia, so I'm going to come around this side. A bit like we did with the leaves, let it fade out. And then I'm taking goldenrod again, so we use sepia and goldenrod. I'm going to blend those in and bring that up. And then go back to our sepia and just help that blend by doing a really soft. There we go. Right, and the centre of the flowers is going to be the same. We're going to use, well, we're going to use sienna brown. For the centre of the flowers, and goldenrod. Okay. We can always pop a bit of sparkle in there too. So we've done the pods. The leaves, I'm just going to do a mixture of the greens that we've already used. And where is my green? Green, green, green. I don't want that green. Yes, I do. I want that green. So, stems of flowers, I am going to use olive green. And I'm just going to bring that down. Nice and simple. And just trying to work it out. There's another flower here. Can you see? Got to work out what's vine and what's flower. I think this bit here, maybe behind there. It's a vine. There's a leaf that I've forgotten, so we'll fill that in. Just fill that leaf in. Where was it? Where'd it go? There. I think that's it. There's a little one there for this flower. Right, now we need to look at this. Quickly, we look at this this part of her clothing. So, we've got the gloves. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this cool grey 20% in, because it doesn't make it too dark, but it will give us a little bit of shading, if you can pick that up at all. I hope so. A little bit under here. And then just softly, softly pull it out. There we go. Same with this one. Softly, softly pull it out. And then also on these bits around here. So we'll darken it up on the edges. Bottom there. Pull that in. Like that. And we're going to use the white again, the white jelly roll pen, and we're going to take out those lines. Around there. Around there. See, you use the side of my thumb to get any waxy build-up off, and it really works. There we go, it's re-rolling, look. So we just take out any of that black, so we kind of get a sheer looking fabric, and it will look brilliant when we put glittery stuff over the top. There. What a difference that makes, see? And then on her gloves, where we've done the shading, I'm going to take the white gel pen again, and see the detail here. I'm just going to put white dots with my gel pen on that detail. Okay, we will do the same up here. White that out, and at the edge. Okay, cool, messed that up, didn't I? Shaky hand. There we go. Take that off. Messed that right up. Do it again. There we go. I'm shaking because I'm trying to do it too fast. Okay, now this spindle or cotton reel, I don't know what you'd say, you'd call it. I'm trying to put it where it's not got wet paint on it. The 50% cool grey, And I'm just going to go in on one side, so we've got some shading here. And then I'm going to take my dual metallic silver pen and I'm going to colour over that. Not all the way. I'm going to go up to where we've put the dark, just overlap it slightly. So it's like silver thread. And we'll get a beautiful sparkly silver thread. Alright, I think I've shown you everything. So I'm going to go off and finish her, and we're just going to do, when I've coloured everything, I'm just going to do a soft alcohol colour background where there's no colour. And her eyebrows. Alright folks, see you in a sec. Okay folks, here she is. Let's finish her off together. What that is? A bit of Coke probably. A bit of Coca-Cola. Marvellous. Right. Now, we're going to do her eyebrows. And I haven't got my cards ready. So we are going to use Sepia for the bottom part. Let's come in so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So we're going to use Sepia. If I can get it. Yes. For the bottom part of her eyebrow. I wish they weren't so thick. I know that was a bit of a trend, wasn't it, a while ago? And we're going to put that on her lashes too. This whole, like, really thick eyebrow things for girls. I just wish they wasn't so thick. Anyway, and then we're going to use... I've got to try and find the right card. Haven't got it. Oh my goodness, we're going to use this. So I'm going to draw on here, and it's going to be dark brown. Okay, can you see that? Let's move her down slightly. So dark brown. And then we're taking cream, folks. This one, cream. There we go. And we're just going to smush that all in. Right, let's do the fun bit, people. The fun part. Oh, and I've missed a little leaf there. Typical, not a leaf, the centre of a flower there. Let's put it in. I always manage to miss something. Goldenrod, wasn't it? There we go. Okay, I've been dying to do this bit. Right, her crown. I'm using Stickles Diamond. Actually, we're not. We're going to wait a minute. We are going to use, now I'm going to have to do another little swatch. Let's do it here. We're going to use a hoo-hoo marker. We're going to use this one, which dries much lighter than that, and it's called Light Holly Green. And that's what I'm going to put in the background. It dries much lighter. It's a very pastel colour. So I am going to do all round here. I'm not going to make you wait and watch while I do it all, obviously. But I want it to almost look like, because she's Sleeping Beauty, like she's been laid on a soft bed of, I don't know, moss or something, because she's surrounded by all these vines. She is actually on a beautiful bed in the book, isn't she? But and then the prince comes and kisses her and wakes her up. But in my book, she's laying on a moss, because I like to be awkward. There we go. So you'll see as we put the stickles on, that dries a really beautiful colour. And I'm just going to do it in any of the gaps, down to into the vines, like down here, and stop in there. Come on, page, move up. I'm just going to do this little bit so I don't get, you know, them horrible lines. It's a good tip if you're using alcohol markers, just to find like edges that you can colour up to before you stop, so that you don't get streaks and lines. There we are. Right, we can watch that dry in a minute. I'll leave that. Right, I'm going to sticklise her. Actually, yeah. Or if I just do round her crown, because you won't see it otherwise, so, and it'll be a pain. I'll have to wait like till tomorrow to finish the page if I don't. So I'm going to bring that up, and then I'm going to use a soft green just to sort of fade that out. Sorry about this, folks. I hope you're enjoying it. I feel really like panicky to get it finished, because it's such a long video. I know I've done one before, but we had a marathon colour along, which was 2 hours and something. I really don't think this one will be that far off. So we're going to come up, and then I'm going to use a soft, maybe a Prisma, and I'll just blend that out into sort of nothingness. Yeah, I feel panicky to get it done, and that's silly. Because you either watch it or you don't. It's up to you, isn't it? I know a few of you lovelies have said, Lucy, I like the long videos. I love them, because I like putting them on while I'm doing stuff and listening to what people's lives are going on in people's lives and techniques that they use. It's so exciting. Right, I'm going to come around here, because that will be a good spot to stop, and then we can do our stickerization. Can you tell that I'm excited? It's my favourite part, is bringing the page together with, you know, your embellishments. There we go. Right, so now you can see her crown. Okay. Let's get our Stickles Diamond out, and I'm not going to be frivolous with it. Is that the right word, frivolous? I'm going to be generous with it. I don't know whether I've given you the right word or not. Frivolous, is that where you're saving it? Yeah, I think so. Okay, and because we've got white and grey underneath that, really comes out like beautiful crystals. I was thinking of doing this in a Kirby book, you know, where he's got all pages where there's a lot of crystals in, like a Hannah Carlson, or because this Diamond Stickles is just the bomb. I hope you can pick up on that, because I will re-neaten up that white line around her hair, but I hope you can pick up on how gorgeous that looks. Okay, now for her dress and gloves, I can't do, well I could, but it's going to use up all my stickles, and I don't want to do that. I already keep Ranger in a lifetime supply of diamond stickles. So I've got Folk Art Extreme Glitter. You've seen this a lot on my channel. I love this stuff, and it looks white if you can see in there, but it dries like diamond stickles, but not so glittery as that. So we are now going to pop. I'm popping a paintbrush in there. I don't know if you can pick up that, and I am going to put it on, and it will dry clear. It's acrylic paint, so it will dry clear with lots of glitter. So it's just like using the diamond stickles, but it's not so sparkly, I don't think. It's a bit more subtle. Push that off, and then we're going to do her little gloves. And the cuff of her dress. Got it everywhere, look. I don't know what that is, that's really bugged me. There's a little spot on the bottom of my page. Just trying to erase it. There. Right, I'm going to have to wash that off immediately. Right, if you'll give me 2 minutes, let's come out and have a look. If you'll give me 2 minutes, I'm going to finish off this green background, and we'll come back together and we'll have a look at our finished piece. See you in a sec. Okay, my beautiful friends, she's finally done. So I outlined the purple flowers in the white gel pen, and let me lift you up to see if you can see that is the acrylic paint that we used. I hope you can pick that up. It's so beautiful. I hope you can. And then there's the stickles for her crystal crown. I'm thrilled with her. I want to say a massive thank you to Kevin for my beautiful pencils. I adore them. They are an incredible set of pencils. Very much like Prismacolors. Excuse me. Although Amazon say they're wax. So Kevin, thank you so much. And I want to say a massive thank you to Christine and Michelle, who, without them buying me the same book, I wouldn't have found it so easy to put together this colour along. And even though I was unhappy with her dress in the beginning, I love it now. So I'm really, really pleased with her. I won't keep you any longer, my lovely friends. You've stuck with me long enough if you're still here. Please see if you can answer the question about the illustrator. Put it in the comments, and we'll see if you're right. Got a bit of eraser there. The next colour along I will do hopefully straight after the weekend, so Monday I'll film it, and that will be the little bunny in Tim Jeff's Baby Animals book, because the lovely Julie brought me the book and asked if I could colour the picture, so I will do that. And then we're going to do something with Kevin's metallic pencils. I can't wait to work with them. Alright, my lovely friends, thank you so much for sticking with me, for all the love you show me, all the support for the channel, all your comments, likes and messages that you send me. I never ever feel lonely. So I just thought you should know that. Thank you so much. So until we meet again, take really good care of yourselves. Night night.